Yeah, it can be a small world. When I was living in Pennsylvania, I used to really not like watching the weather people that were on the ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox networks. It was all showboating. They were all showing off. One station would say, "You'll only hear this on channel such and such." Another station had a weather person, and his nickname was Hurricane. What's that tell you? A third station had a person that worked there that got pulled over by a police officer up in New York, and she went like this to the police officer. And she got arrested. So, I just did not like watching the news and the weather when I lived in the Philadelphia metropolitan area. But there was one good station that had a few, and one in particular, good weather people. Very professional. Wasn't any showboating about it. It was just very professional. So that's the station I watched. It was Channel 69 up in Allentown, Pennsylvania, WFMZ. Now pay attention to those call letters, WFMZ. So one day, this one very professional weather forecaster was gone. She was no longer with the station. Bummer. Everybody wondered where she went. What happened? Now that was, I think, around 2009. 2010, in September, I moved to North Carolina. In my old apartment, and you've seen many videos that I've done in that apartment, and I'm unpacking stuff and kind of setting it in place, wiring up my computer, doing this and doing that. Already have the TV set up. I have the 11 o'clock news on. And it was on Channel 2 in Greensboro. WFMY. Remember, I told you to pay close attention to the call letters to the station. Allentown, PA was WFMZ. Greensboro, North Carolina, WFMY. And I hear this familiar voice. And that voice was none other than the same weather forecaster that kind of just disappeared from the Allentown station one day. Here I come to find out that she's a graduate of the University of North Carolina, Tar Heels, and got a job up in Pennsylvania doing weather. And then a position in Greensboro, which is obviously where she is from, opened up, and she took the transfer. Now I get to watch that weather forecaster down here every single time that she's on. I mean, they got other weather forecasters too, and a lot of them down here are good. I mean, they have some good weather forecasters down here. There's no showboating about. Well, with one there is, but I'm not going to mention that person's name. I'm just going to say they're somewhere between channels 11 and 13. But this weather forecaster is very professional, still doing weather the same way as she did up there. Her name is Lee Brock. So those of you in the Philadelphia area may have remembered her. And those of you in the North Carolina area probably have watched her ever since she came back down here. I know I have. And it's a small world. Who would have thought that I was in an area Or I could watch a weather forecaster up in Pennsylvania and then move down to North Carolina, not knowing that same weather forecaster is now down here and arrived down here a year before I did. So I thought that was kind of a neat story, so I figured I'd tell it to you online. I may have told the story before, not on the Coffee House Beagle channel, probably on the Coffee House Porcupine sometime, but that was probably a year or two ago. Or probably was when I first moved down here if I did. So, just wanted to bring you all up to speed on it. It's a small world. Do you have any stories that are similar to this? Would love to hear them. And until that next video, thank you for allowing me to bore you. Have a nice day. And Channel 2, WFMY, has a website and they have a Facebook page. And you can actually talk to those people on Facebook and you can watch weather forecasts on their website. You'll see exactly who I'm talking about. Have a good one.